Hi, I'm Doc Hawkins, and I live in the Houston Heights, a historical district in the inner city of Houston, Texas. Today, we're going to take a look at this home. I built this home. Today, we're going to be joined by a friend of mine. Charles is going to drop by. He's never seen the home, so we're going to take a tour through.
Hello, Brian. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
Okay, you want to take a look at the house, huh?
I sure do.
Well, let's go inside and let's take a look.
Let's do it.
Hey, welcome to our home.
Wow. This is
A lot of detailed work in here, isn't it?
all this wood is beautiful.
Oh yes, it certainly is. I have three different types of wood on the floors. We have the white oak, which you see right here. This is black walnut, and this is Wisconsin or white maple. And it's a color variation. And I just designed this. I don't know what inspired me to create this design, but there's some beautiful quilting pattern, the burrow effect in here. It works quite well.
This is all smooth.
And it's good and tight too, which means that it was fabricated properly. Coming around over the fireplace, you see the casings or mahogany. You notice that delicate lace type carving that Juan did. Very talented individual. We worked on all the designs. I'll show you some of those.
This all done by hand?
This is all hand done, yes. I did all of the joinery. It looks like fine lace right here.
People are going to be calling you wanting his number.
Well, he's really a very, very fine man. This is the colonnade right here.
This is beautiful. Beautiful.
Coming around to the staircase right here. That's all hand fitted, all done, all original design right there. It's all solid too.
This, yeah, I was going to say, this is all
It's not
solid.
going to go anyplace. On my newels right here, I have over 70 individual pieces on my newels.
What about on here?
I lost count a long time. No, I have a sub base, and this a lot of pieces going into it. You can look at it and tell. But in the Victorian era, the more pieces on the newels, I guess the more prestigious it was. I guess there was more pieces that could have been, but this is how my design worked out. And everything's built right here, the moldings, the casings. I did the turnings, Juan did the carvings. And so that's it, beautiful carvings all the way down to the floor. Okay, Charles, this is the breakfast room right here. You'll see that the floor is white oak. This is 3-inch white oak. Coming on around, we have the white oak casings. Each one, I used a different design on the base, on the window stools. And of course, you'll notice in between here, and smooth, isn't it?
Yeah.
With this beautiful bird panel.
That's very unique.
Very, very unique. This is all white oak casings. Coming on around, you'll notice where there's a drop beam for strength. We have carvings here. Very unique carvings to this job. A lot of detail in and around coming into the wet bar. Hand rubbed casings, oak cabinets. We have the blue pearl granite in here. I think is just really, really beautiful. When the sunlight hits it, it always changes. It looks different. It's beautiful. Teak base in here. Hey Charles, come here. This is the downstairs powder room, right here. First of all, you'll notice that I've used all Kohler products, top of the line. I think Kohler is the top of the line. I've done teak floors, teak base. This is teak wood right here, all installed. I want to show you one of the prettiest pieces of wood in the whole house. That's a teak wood, and if you'll notice, there's like little bands in there. That's not planer marks. That's what's called quilting. That's a very desirable piece of wood. I just love that piece right there. So it's teak, solid core doors. Went with a 6-panel, all well adjusted, solid oak, all Baldwin hardware throughout the house.
Nice.
And Kohler products. Charles, I built all of these cabinets.
Solid wood.
Solid wood. If you'll notice,
Is this oak?
that's oak. That's all oak. If you'll notice, I have a numbering scheme here. Okay, that tells me where the doors are. At one time I had my shop plumb full of cabinets. Okay, these are well built. These especially, it's a true raised panel, all solid, all solid. Also, you'll notice in here we have one of the historical patterns. This is called Brewster floral, and this was the historical period was around 1880, 1890. One of the historical papers. Also, you'll see we have granite in here in the utility room. This is called absolute red or African red.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. And of course, granite is durable. Also, we have the security system mounted right in here. Separate phone lines right in here. Okay. Discussing the floor. You know, a lot of people think this is knotty pine, but it's not knotty pine. There's two types of wood that never rotten, and that's cypress and teak wood. And anywhere where there's a potential for water, I use one of those woods. This happens to be called Australian hard cypress. And so I mill this, and it makes a beautiful floor. But working with it is pretty difficult. It's really hard, and when you're working with it, it gives off a distinctive odor that's not really friendly. So this is one of those woods that never rot. And as we go through, I'll show you a couple of more.
Very unique.
Let's come into the kitchen. Here again, this is teak wood. This is one of those woods that never rotten. Okay, coming on in, I built all the cabinets, and here in the center, those are fake to the center island. We have a salad sink, garbage disposal, instant hot.
Again, all wood.
All wood, all solid wood, yes, all solid. You'll notice the numbers on there. Salad sink, triple gourmet sink, all the cabinets in here. Here again, we're going to use the historical paper, the Brewster floral, which is here will be the same as the utility room. Okay, Charles, we're in the formal dining room here. First of all, I want you to notice the floors. Basically, it's a different border in and around. And I don't know what you would call this. I milled like the white oak, but it gives it a different weaving pattern for the center, and then white oak in and around. Everything you see in here is going to be black walnut base. It's a beautiful wood in here, isn't it?
Fantastic.
I love the black walnut. It's a beautiful grain in here. I just love the grain. We was able to bring that beauty out, such as like right here on my swinging door going into the kitchen. I think inside that wood there's beauty waiting to come out, and you got to be able to bring it out. And of course that's where stains come from. Coming on around in the nook area here, all black walnut right here. Beautiful grain in here. I love black walnut. Coming on into the hallway, into the main entryway, you see this is white oak, heavy carvings. That's full 1.5 inch stock. Okay, simple design, lantern, a little bit of floor coming on through. I broke the floors with a piece of black walnut, straight run, different width here. This is some 3-inch stock. That's 2 1/4. Okay.
Wow, this is a beautiful staircase.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got carving all the way up to the top.
All the way up, the same pattern all the way up. Coming on up here.
Wow.
Into the hallway. Here again, we've got 3 different types of wood. We have the white oak, Brazilian cherry, and pecan, Texas pecan. The Brazilian cherry is very hard wood. Now we're going to come into the master bedroom. Right on in here. Beautiful floor, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is a French herringbone floor, which is really, really not unique. There are other places where you have the French herringbone at the 90-degree angle. But what makes this floor so unique is that I have a 9-inch perimeter all the way around. Most of this floor is hand finished. It took me probably a month and a half to lay this floor right here. This is the master bedroom. That's designed for the bed right there. We come into the sitting area. I have 3-inch white oak. This is one of the medallions that I created right here. Linda and I call it the snowflake. And I just kind of worked out this design, and also you'll see that I picked out some special oak, and I call it a tiger grain to really bring out and transition with the Brazilian chili. And it's a simple, basic, simple design. It's just patterns here, but it's really, really nice. I like it. This is a TV setting area here. I have all my mechanical television, stereos, everything right here. This is a wallpaper that will be used in here. This is a historical pattern. This is called the Chinese chins. Beautiful paper that's going to lend itself very well. You can see the dental molding. Those are all individual pieces that I put up here. And this is the paper. And you see how it all kind of, what I call a harmonious blend. I get a lot of comments.
Goes well.
A lot of paper. Coming on around, this is a queen size bed that we 3 of us worked on. A lot of detailed carvings in this. I do not have side rails or a footboard because Linda makes beautiful quilts, and I always wanted to have the natural quilts hanging over the edge of the bed. There's some beautiful carvings in this. That's solid 2-inch oak up there that we carved. A lot of beautiful wood grain in here, line carvings. You see that piece of wood right there?
Yeah.
That's quarter sawed. Okay. This is all mortised and tendon, the gable brackets. And this really reflects a lot of personality. Look at this wood grain here. I'd make them different. Pound in, and it's all let in with a rabbit cut. Turnings.
How many pieces are here?
You know, I lost count. Probably well over 100 in here, in these pieces. And it's all dado cut and put in, nice and strong. It's nice and heavy.
Wow.
And you know, you always want to transition with carvings. You want something maybe bold and then come into something delicate. Like up here, I just was kind of in the mood to throw in some lightning bolts. And that's kind of how I achieved it. So Juan and I, on the line carvings, and so we wanted to put in the lightning bolts. Strange, isn't it? Okay, coming in, this is the walk-in closet right here. A lot of work in here.
Wow.
Okay, so we got 2 1/4-inch flooring in here. All the walls are covered with 3/8-inch cedar. This is truly a cedar lined closet, sanded down. The cabinets, this was all built in one piece and set up here. This whole top section was one piece. These are actual cedar lined cabinets. I don't know if you remember the old Lane cedar chest. You remember the women used to put their valuables and the doilies and the woolens in there because the insects wouldn't bother them. So we laminated, for the walls up here on the cabinets, we laminated cedar. There's 1/32 right there. That's actual cedar right there, just like a Lane cedar chest. And there's other, I think they still make them. I don't know if women use them or not. But you can put your woolens up there. You don't have to worry about the moths. It's all moth proof.
That's great.
Also on the hangers, this is all screwed in.
I like that.
Yeah, you can do chin-ups there. Okay, it's solid jacks. Also, you say, well, what is this door here? This is just an access for the mechanical. I always like to kind of plan ahead. That way, if you have a problem with the shower or need to redo it, you don't have to come in and tear a wall out. You've got easy access. That's just simple scrap, paint grade. Cabinets. All the cabinets I built right here on this job, these are pegged for strength. Okay, I used different woods in here. This is 5/8 inch stock. All solid. They're not going to come apart. Okay? Good big cabinets. A couple of cabinets here for privacy that will lock. Raised panel, I used the same panel throughout the entire house. Okay, coming on through. Another strong arm right there. My wife has a lot of clothes. Okay. Coming on around, you'll notice I have a sample of the historical paper that we're going to use in here. This particular paper has 5 different runs on it. This is hand screen paper, and this was a historical pattern in and around 1880, 1890 period. And this is called the ISIS. Beautiful pattern. It was instrumental in this become popular after the building of the Suez Canal, according to the history books. But my wife loves this, and so this is going to go through. Beautiful pattern, very desirable. We had to get this through Boston. Okay, shipped through. Coming on around, paint grade in here. We'll come into the master bathroom. One of the things you'll notice coming on in is the hand tool brass. This is called artistic brass. This is all hand tool, very desirable. Very nice stuff for the lavatories.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'1", and I get lost in this tub. Well, I can't even reach the bottom. Big enough for a big.
You're not even touching.
You think, a cold drink and a cigar, I'd be in like a fat wreck.
Then
So
you'll have to come get him.
I could sit there and sew all artistic brass hand tool. I'd like for you to notice the detail on this. Kohler water closet, and we should have steam in just a moment. Right here, Charles, what I did was I put a panel here, and this is teak wood, and it just kind of screws in, and the panel slips right off, and then that way you can get in and go to work on your mechanical.
Oh, nice.
Okay? And some beautiful wood grain right there. You see that? That's all teak right there. This granite right here is called, it's a green color. This is Ubatuba.
Wow.
Ubatuba. When the sunlight comes in, you can see a gold pattern. This is one of the 3 different ones. And as you hear, we're beginning to get steam here now. Coming out of the nozzle and it'll feel up in there. This is a steam shower right here.
Warm.
Steamer shower, artistic brass in here. Oh, this is going to run my starch job right here. Steam is very therapeutic. It's cleansing to the lungs, and also it works wonders for the complexion. Very therapeutic. I like it better than a hot tub or a jacuzzi. Those are good, but I like the steam better. Coat closet. Now we're coming into what I call the 3rd bedroom. Charles, what we have here is a different floor. This is the Brazilian cherry, white oak, Brazilian cherry, red oak, Brazilian cherry, and white oak. Some beautiful grain in here. Beautiful. This is the Brazilian cherry casings. If you'll notice, I've done a different window stool on these. These are lesser, but the apron is more bold and different. This wood is very hard to work with on the turnings, everything else. I'd have to pre-drill a hole to get a nail in. And then, of course, pre-drill to screw, obviously. Very, very hard, but a beautiful floor. This is Brewster floral. This is a different color. right here, this is the wallpaper that decided to go into this room right here, Bruce. That's a historical pattern. Come in the coat closet. I use some extra, even though it's not water. The Australian cypress, plenty of good, strong coat racks. That's all screwed in, you're not going to pull it down. I just love this floor and the way that base painted up there on that break right there. Middle bathroom here. Teak wood on the floor, and you know I used I think that's 1 3/4 on the teak wood. I milled this separate. Cabinets right here. This is some more of the blue pearl. All Kohler fixtures right here coming in. This is the wallpaper, excuse me, Charles. We have the dental molding sponge painted ceiling. This is the Robbins house in the silver. This is the paper that'll go in here. Kohler lavatory and also water closet. Neo angle shower right here. The fixtures are here. You can sit right here and just adjust it. Now I'm not going to turn that on right now. Not unless I want to get it. So we're right here, so you can just kind of relax, and kind of wind down the day, and sort everything out right there. These are all Kohler modules, by the way. Okay, going on down. I wanted to show you, Charles. I wanted to show you this. This is the upstairs part of the balusters. And I think some of the most beautiful carvings is this simple sunflower. And I just love these things right here. A lot of solid oak, but I just love these designs. You know, as you go through the house, you'll see carvings that really just stick out to you. And that's some of these right here. And I asked Linda, I said, Linda, it's some of the most beautiful stuff. And we've got it stuck upstairs in the hallway. How did we do that? And she said, I don't know. So, but anyway, that's a beautiful, beautiful carvings right there. Beautiful, wonderful shot right there. Coming on in right here to the third bedroom. This is 4-inch oak flooring, relatively simple. Beautiful wood grain, oak casings. Oak casings. Also, another historical pattern. This is a Brewster floor. Turn corners. Different pattern again on the window stools. This is all white oak right here. Okay. And if you'll notice, I've already antiqued the crown molding. Beautiful view from here also, Charles. If you'll notice, you can look down and see the boulevard. You can look out at the world and see what's going on, you know. Check things out. And see how beautiful the lawn looks and when you need to mow it. But I really like all the woods, but I guess white oak is one of my favorites. Okay. Coming on into this closet here. Different floor in here. I did a lot of pegs in here. And I used 6-inch stock and then 2 1/4. Rather unique. Here again, we've got the cedar line cabinets. Here, all the doors I built right here, nice and strong. These are open cabinets. And here again, we've got the door for the mechanical. That way, if you have a problem with the shower stall right there, you can get any work with it without having to tear it up. Nice and strong. This is just regular pipe that's been painted. Good and strong. I always like strength, Charles.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming on through. Let's take a trip up into the attic. This is going to separate the main living quarters up into the attic. Okay?
You could actually live up here.
Well, I designed this. This is going to be like a gymnasium up here. And also I do upholstery on some of the antiques and stuff that we have. And so this is kind of a work area. But basically, this is for the mechanical. Charles, you'll notice I've used a lot of metal brackets and screwed in here.
Yeah.
That's to keep it nice and tight, right and tight. Also, down on the ventilation system, you'll see I've used solid ductwork screwed together, and all of it is, all the joints, mainly a hard cast, are taped off. That's a material you put down in water, and it's kind of like a cast for your arm to set.
I've
It
been there.
seals it off really, really well. I just opened this up here. You know, in a lot of attics you go into nowadays, you'll see you go into the attic and you're air conditioning the attic with the flex duct, there's holes, or somebody's crushed it down. Well, that's not going to happen in this place because energy is money. So I've tried to save that. Also, one other thing about a home has to breathe. If it doesn't breathe, you're going to have a mildew problem. So I paid close attention to the breathing, and I'll tell you how I did that. If you'll notice right down here, we're on 2x12s here. If you'll notice back under the rafters, you'll see a little
Yeah.
diagonal piece of 3/8 inch wood.
Yeah.
Well, we're standing on 2x12s, and we got 12 inches of insulation here. But I kept that open for it to draw through. Now I'm going to close this window here, and for it to breathe, if you'll notice right up here, I've got two whirlybirds. Whirlybirds are pretty common. When I designed this system, you know, you have the electronics ones, and after it reaches a certain temperature, they automatically kick on. Well, those bearings get dry and they create house fires. I did a study, and you'd be surprised, of a whirlybird that's turning, it sucks out almost as much as one of the electronics. So what I did, I put two whirlybirds in, 200 ceiling fans, old fashioned, these will run forever, and reverse them and suck
Push
this
the
heat
air out.
fresh air. And how I did it was, how I run the test is rather unique. I wasn't scientific about it. Every once in a while I enjoy a cigar, you know? And so what I've done is I've brought a cigarette, and I'm gonna sit right over here and I'm gonna light this up and you watch it just draw. Just give it a second.
There it goes. Along with the hot air. That works.
It sucks it out of there. So you got to remember one thing, that a house has to breathe, and a lot of people make mistakes. Up in the attic, they'll start bringing in a bunch of stuff and crushing down the air conditioning pipes and the heating pipes, and you know, I've done the same thing.
Yeah.
I understand. And first thing you know, your ducts are crushed down, and you're losing money and energy. But I'm a real stickler on breathing, and you see, I'll do this one more time.
Yep.
That thing.
What is all this on here?
Well, I'll show you, Charles. Actually, this is a diversionary. This is an extra meter box that I had and an extra light switch. This doesn't mean anything. It's a decoy. It's a diversionary. What I have in here is a built-in safe.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
For someone that wants to put their valuables. And that safe is brand new. It is screwed in. It's not going to come out of there. Okay? So if someone was to get into this house, this is a diversionary.
Yeah.
If you'll notice on this, turn on for electronic filters, the FU 486.
Yeah.
Well, 486 is a Smith & Wesson, and the other one stands for itself. Right here, the steamer. Also, you'll notice that you have access panels in there if you need to get in and service any of the ductwork for access. You can crawl in and crawl out. Over here on the mechanical side, the air conditioning is zoned, and I use scrap. One of the worst things about an attic, people to come in and store, and the return air or the ductwork going out, they'll have it crushed down. That's not gonna happen here. You see, I've come in and built this stuff here for coming up and over, all the mechanical, the pipes, the breather pipes for the hot water here and here. It's nice and sturdy. I just used some scrap. It took some time, but I'm a real stickler on that. I like the detail.
This is a well-built house.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of time. So that's pretty much it for the attic. Very usable up here on this side here. Coming on down. Now, Charles, we've kind of seen the inside. Now we're going to go to the outside.
Great.
What you say?
Great.
Let's go to the backyard.
Let's go see it.
You can tell I've cut quite a few. That's a tendon that would go into another piece like that.
You make that look easy.
That's because I've done a lot of. On this job here, I've gone through several miter saws. I've just worn them out. But you can do a lot with it. You can make 45s. Put any degree on there. Also, you can twist it and turn it and make a compound miter that's cutting in two different ways at once. Do you know what this is?
It's a Microsoft.
No, this is a shaper. This is a shaper.
No, I don't know what it is.
Okay, a shaper. You can cut different designs on this. I've used this machine so many times.
That was cedar.
This is just some cedar.
Smells good.
Oh yeah, well that's a cedar smell. But I've run a lot of hardwood in there. Now you're just ready for the sanding. You take a block sander and then you got you a piece of wood there that's ready to testify for you. I'm going to show you a little technique that I like, and it's called biscuit joining. We're going to cut that little biscuit, which is fiber, mainly out of beech wood. You notice that it's laminated right there for strength. We're going to cut a slot in there and put several of these in here, and then we're going to glue it. And I guarantee you, this is the way I did my door panels on the face of them, and they will not come apart. I want to repeat, they will not come apart. So what I'm going to do here, you notice I've got a layout here. I've got two basic pieces of white wood, and I've got them marked slot here. That way I'm going to cut a slot in each one. So first of all, I'm going to get you to stand back a little bit. This is a biscuit joiner. There's a blade that's going to come out and cut a slot in here. So I'm going to get right on the mark.
Wow.
Now then, what we have here is two pieces of wood that we're going to laminate together, and we want to make sure that they stay there. So we're going to put them up on the end, make sure we've got all the debris cleared out, okay? And we're going to put a little Elmer's glue for the exterior. I swear by Elmer's glue.
That's wood glue?
This is wood glue. Elmer Glue wrote the book. This stuff is so good you can put it on your dinner salad if you want to, you know?
That good.
That good. Now, I'm going to take a couple of biscuits and slip them right in the slot. If your biscuits get old, you can always put them in the oven, or just take a hammer and bash them down. They're still as good. In other words, you can use day-old biscuits.
I get it.
Okay. Now then, we're going to line them up right here, Charles. I'm going to put the lines together, and it should go right on in. Let's hope, huh? There we go. Right there. Now, I'm going to take my hammer, get my lines back up.
You gonna need these?
Yes, sir. I certainly am. Now, there's a trick to doing this also. we're going to pull it in right here. See the glue run out? Now, when you're working with wood, you want one way, and we want one the other way.
Why is that?
It'll keep your wood straight. It'll have it. If you put both of your bar clamps on, it'll pull it to one side.
Good to know.
Now then, we're gonna tighten it up a little bit more and clean her up. Now then. Now that's laminating, brother. Now tomorrow, after this is dry, you can come in and sand it, get it nice and smooth, and that butt joint will not, and I repeat, will not come apart.
Doc, what is this?
Now this is just a wood lathe. This is for turnings. You'll notice on the home we have a lot of spindles.
Right.
I designed those spindles, and that's unique to this home. This is the original copy right here. I designed this with a double bead, a good plain, good healthy slope, small bead, little about a 1/8 inch shoulder, cove, and then a big bead.
You made every one of those on this?
Every one of those I made right here.
Do you know the count?
All I know is I made 27 in one day. And that was a long day. Okay, so what I've done here, I partly worked this one, but I wanted to show you a little bit before we got started. So basically what I'm doing, I'm running a copy of what I've already created. So I'm going to make sure that everything's nice and tight before I get going here. But you get the idea. You get the idea of what's going on. That way I can cut it. Of course, this is a very coarse grain, but you can use oak, anything else like I did, and really make that very, very smooth. I'll come in for the wood rest. Okay. Clean it up good. Okay, now I'll flip this over and use some feeler and straighten it out. Coarse grain. I've got some oak in the house that I'll show you. It turns up really, really nice, coarse grain. But this gives you an idea of how the balusters were created and how they were turned. Now let me explain. This piece right here is for the downstairs coat closet. And what we would do, Juan and I would work out a pattern on paper, and then we would transfer it to this special paper. We would draw it out, and then on this we would put it right onto the wood that was going to be carved. And he would take his pencil and draw it in, and that would leave a pattern for him to carve with. This is a special paper. I've got it upside down. And then he'd flip it over and do the other side on this particular piece. That's for the header. Oh, here's something. That's part of the staircase right there. Let's see. Let's go through here and see what we got here. Oh, wow. Man, I don't know where these went. Several pieces. Oh, this is on the, for the fireplace down below on the bottom. It was in several different pieces. This real fine stuff right there, that's for the staircase going up. Let's get into a few of the big ones here. Oh, wow. This is for some antique boxes that he had carved for my son. My son was a graduate of West Point, and this was done out of mahogany, but these are the original design. That's a West Point logo right there. I forgot those were in there. This is for part of the stairs again. The bird panels are still in the cabinet, but some of the different floral. Also, so all of this was stenciled off like this piece right here. That's all been hand carved. All of this pertains to the big house. Right here, I want to show you my original carpenter's drawings of the fireplace mantel. And I look back on this and I think, man, how did you do this? How did you do this? This is my original carpenter's drawings of how it was going to come together, with the exception of the frat brackets up there. There's all the detail right there, and that's what I pulled off of. You see the measurements, all mortise and tendon. This is the center line maybe for going up. 68 and 3/4 inches all the way up. Panels are 15 and a half. I worked totally off of that right there. One thing. And I don't think anybody could figure it out if something was to happen to me. But anyway, I had some different carpenter's drawings, different ideas. This is a dado cut on the bull nose. Multiple. This is on part of the stairs right here. This is how I let it in. All the different pieces that were added. It gives detail right here that I wrote out of how it was all solid. I used maple solid on the inside, and then we added, this is the top rail. That's all solid wood in there.
This is the Holy Grail.
The Holy Grail, that's it. This would give you an idea, just multiple drawings all the way through. I've saved all of these sketches and stuff. It wouldn't mean anything to anybody except me. So that's what all of these drawings are, and it's all here for prosperity. Just a lot of work. Juan would carve for 3 or 4 months, and then he'd go home and take care of his mom and dad. And so that's it.
Ron, this is a beautiful house. Thank you for showing me it.
Hey, it's absolutely no problem. It's nice out here on this porch, isn't it?
I can see where you spend all your spare time, and you are a master craftsman. You have done a beautiful job on this whole house. Thank you for showing me it. I'm sure you'll see me again.
Oh yeah. Well, you come on over anytime and we'll throw something on the bed.